You need to go. They don't want you here, so you have to.
Hey, I'm on your side, bro.
We understand what you do, but you need to.
I'm a law enforcement.
Okay, you need to understand. Hey.
What could have possibly happened that left this idiotic cop with a one-way ticket to jail? Come along as we unravel the story of Drew Romo, who realizes being a cop is not going to keep him out of jail. On November 14, 2020, the Scottsdale local police encountered a man who was causing trouble outside a pub.
That he was knocking your hand away, trying to get in and stuff?
Yeah, he kept getting like, and I was like, hey, just take a step back without a mask.
Was he hitting your hand away?
Yeah, he kept doing that. I was like,
how many times did you say he was knocking your hand away off you?
10, 15.
You saw it 10, 15 times?
I was just like this. I was
completely just being...
Yeah, right here, bro, the whole time.
He got like really...
Drew Romo, who had been kicked out of 3 separate clubs already, was requested to leave the premises. However, he was determined to stay. Drew even attempted to enter another club, but was refused entry because of his extreme drunkenness. He shouted and started a fight with the security personnel. As a result of his violent behavior, the officers were called again.
This was our check subject at El Jefe, and then our check subject at International.
Oh, so you can
And then we rode away, and now we're out with them for the 3rd time this evening.
California cop and be a dick, and you want to chest bump us? You can go ahead and do that. And guess where you're going to end up? In my fucking jail. You can either calm down and go home.
No,
or what am I doing wrong? You're too intoxicated. You're trying to pick fights with people. Every club has asked you to leave
on
multiple
what
times.
club?
Every club you've gone to.
On what? What am I doing?
I've removed you twice from 2 different clubs. Do you not understand?
It was clear his "I'm a cop" routine wasn't welcome. Drew claimed to be on their side, a law enforcement officer, and thought his badge would grant him a free pass. The officers told him that his status didn't grant him any special privileges, especially when it came to getting in people's faces or laying hands on them. The situation escalated, despite efforts to calm it down. It was becoming obvious that his actions would have repercussions, and there was no turning back now. When Drew tried to assert his authority once more, the officers firmly reminded him that they wouldn't make exceptions. They declared that Drew was a disgrace to their profession. No exceptions, even for a man of the law. The officers expressed their displeasure with his overbearing attitude. One officer firmly warned him, "You should keep quiet, or I might call your supervisor, and you could risk losing your job in California while you're here in Arizona. Just act like an adult and let us handle our job," the officer straightforwardly mentioned.
You, sir, are a disrespect to our profession this evening. If you say it one more time, I'm going to hold you in custody and make you tell the judge in the morning that you have a law enforcement ID. You're a disgrace right now. So you need to shut your damn mouth before I call your supervisor, and we go from there, and you don't lose your job in California while you're visiting Arizona.
I don't understand.
So you close your mouth and let us do our job now, because you can't make adult decisions.
What's your job?
My job is to take you to jail now, because you can't be an adult. Have a seat.
The officer made it clear that it was his duty to take Drew into custody. It was indeed refreshing to witness other officers recognizing and addressing this abuse of power. When they attempted to take him into custody, Drew started speaking strangely and looked quite confused. When he inquired if he was under arrest, one officer responded, "You are." They informed him of his arrest for assault, intimidation, and disorderly conduct.
Yeah, bro. See, this is the other part that's a disgrace to our profession that you're not catching. If you were a true cop and you cared about the blue, you would not put me in this position right now. You would have freaking gone home when I asked you to.
You're being arrested for assault and disorderly conduct.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you, sir.
Drew was shocked to learn the truth about his situation, left dumbfounded, and filled with additional questions. He appeared to be having difficulty comprehending the situation. When he was questioned about his charges several times, it was obvious that he was really confused. His elusive and intoxicated behavior did not help his case in the slightest, and no one, not even a friend, was willing to provide a reference for someone who was so difficult and drunk.
And for the 3rd time, sir, is assault?
3rd time?
Yes, sir.
I'm being charged 3rd time?
You're being charged with assault and disorderly conduct.
Fuck.
Is what going on what record?
647F.
Sure.
Jesus Christ, bro. Can't walk?
No, you're done walking. You need to spread your feet. Turn into our jail. If there's anything on your person that you know that we missed, that's in your underwear, socks, shoes, or boots, and you knowingly take it into the police car or into our facility, it's a felony offense in the state of Arizona.
0 things, man. Shoes.
There's elbow bruise. Okay. It's a short ride, okay?
Yeah, whatever.
The cops noticed his attempts at civility had disappeared as they finally arrested him and took him to the police station. Now the officers also learned that Drew had only been a police officer for 4 months.
I can't fucking breathe anymore.
Okay.
You're like a fucking prisoner.
Well, sir, at this current time, you are in a jail facility, and the correct term probably would be prisoner. You're dialing 911. You're
I
continuously,
can't breathe, sir.
you're continuously banging on the jail cell doors.
Because I can't breathe. I have anxiety.
So the fact that you're able to raise your voice, the fact that you're able to bang on a door, the fact that you're able to dial 911 leads me to believe, or a reasonable person to believe, that you are able to get oxygen into your lungs.
Have you ever been trapped in a jail cell?
I have not. I have not made poor decisions enough to wind myself up into this.
What was my poor decision?
But what I can tell you is I do have asthma and I do take an inhaler. So I can sympathize with you when I do have that feeling of the trapment. But what I can offer to you is that we're going to open up your tray door here. And if you'd like, you can get some fresh air that comes through there. Until you decide to stop banging on the jail door and calling 911, you're going to sit in here.
The officers were not going to provide him with any special treatment, despite his cries that he was being treated like an animal and was having trouble breathing. They acknowledged his anxiety and breathing difficulties, but pointed out that continuously dialing 911, screaming, and banging on the jail cell doors isn't helping. They reminded him that they tried to give him professional courtesy earlier, but that he didn't understand. The conversation about his situation was similar to one from 3 hours ago, when they were trying to manage things politely. The officers were making efforts to secure his release. However, they expressed concerns about his behavior, stating that it showed no signs of him sobering up and raised doubts about his ability to act appropriately in society.
This goes back to our conversation from 3 hours ago when we tried our best to give you the professional courtesy that it deserved.
I gave it to you.
No. We tried to give you the professional courtesy.
I gave it to you.
However, we're trying to get you released, but you're not showing any signs of sobering up that allows us to believe that you can go out and act accordingly in society. I am ordered to inform you of this information. Upon your release, you are ordered to call Lieutenant Scott Blinn, and I will provide you his phone number.
I know Blinn's phone.
Okay, and you are ordered to call him immediately upon your release to report your actions. Do you have any questions about that, Direct?
Lieutenant Blinn, this is Romo. Good, how are you?
Drew's career as a police officer was very short, working at the Rosedale Police Department from July 2020 to being released from prison in his service just 4 days after his arrest on November 18, 2020. Drew Romo pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct but had the assault charge dismissed. He received a small fine of only $650. Currently, he serves the Lord as the assistant director of a local church in Rocklin, California.